Today we are going to discuss about risk management process, a very hot and burning subject in the domain of occupational safety and health. I'm your host Javed and you're watching Safety First. As usual, if you are new on this channel, kindly subscribe the channel. If you find the video informative, then like, comment and share. Prior to jump on the main topic, risk management process, let us see what is a risk. Risk is the chance that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to a hazard. It may also apply to situations with the property or equipment loss or harmful effects on the environment. For example, the risk of developing cancer from smoking cigarettes could be expressed as cigarette smokers are 15 to 30 times more likely to die of lung cancer than non-smokers. Factors that influence the degree of risk are the nature of the exposure, how the person is exposed, and the severity of the effect. For example, one substance may cause skin cancer, while another may cause skin irritation. So, cancer is a much more serious effect than irritation. Adverse health effect is any change in body function or the structures of cells that can lead to a disease or health problems. Adverse health effects include bodily injury, disease, change in the way the body functions, grows, or develops, effects on children, grandchildren, etc., like inheritable genetic effects, decrease in lifespan, change in mental condition resulting from stress, traumatic experiences, exposure to solvents, and so on, and effects on the ability to accommodate additional stress. This is the complete definition of risk. Let us look what is management and what is mean by process. Management is the coordination of all resources through the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling in order to attain stated goals. While a process is a series of steps and decisions involved in the way work is completed. I hope now you will understand easily what will be risk management process. Dear friends and fellows, risk management is a process of identifying exposures and determining treatment. Insurance is only one small aspect of the process. Risk management procedures properly applied will assist you in preparing for problems as well as controlling the impact of these events. It's a tool which may be used by individuals as well as businesses and assists in the implementation of a plan which reduces your chance of having a loss as well as the amount of loss which may result. The training objectives are introduce the risk management process, discuss the basics of the risk management process, introduce the corporate business continuity program, and discuss the need for a corporate disaster recovery plan. There are few steps in the risk management process. Number one, obtain senior management buy-in and support. Number two, assign roles and responsibilities. Number three, inventory assets. Number four, assess risks. It includes business continuity plan, business impact analysis, develop countermeasures, development and implementation, testing of the plan, plan awareness and training, and maintenance of the plan. Number five, safety and health plan. It includes audit, policies and procedures, incident reporting, incident investigation, awareness, and follow-up. The process of risk management steps are: define environment and assets, risk analysis and assessment, policies and procedures, design and implementation, awareness and administration, monitoring, testing, and audit. Let us discuss what are the impacts: loss of revenue, corporate income, legal problems such as fines and penalties, goodwill, client and stockholder confidence. But remember, losses may not be in dollars or dirhams or rupees. It might be thousands of dollars, thousands of rupees, or even the millions of dollars or millions of rupees. The program components of risk management process are: number one, risk analysis and risk assessment; number two, safety and health program; and number three, business continuity program. There are 10 steps you have to keep in your mind while going through risk analysis. Number one, organize and define the scope. Number two, identify and value the assets. Number three, identify applicable threats. Number four, identify and describe vulnerabilities. Number five, establish pairings, means relationships. Number six, determine the impact of threat occurrence. Number seven, measure existing countermeasures. Number eight, determine residual risk. Number nine, recommend additional countermeasures. And number 10, prepare a risk analysis report. Do you know the advantages of risk analysis? In-depth risk assessment brings peace of mind. You get a comprehensive picture of business and technical processes. You identify current opportunities for process enhancements and or re-engineering. You have planning data for rapid, smooth recovery and insurance policy for staying in business. Let us understand the difference between risk analysis and risk assessment. Risk analysis is the process of identifying and documenting vulnerabilities and applicable threats to assets, while the risk assessment is projecting losses, assigning levels of risk, and recommending appropriate measures to protect assets. Dear friends and fellows, the foundation of all risk management programs are: snapshot in time, discover compliance with existing policies, basis for selecting cost-efficient, most appropriate protection measures for asset equilibrium, asset loss to countermeasures, provide information on likelihood of threat occurrence and asset impact. Federal government and most states mandate and ensure reasonable steps are taken to prevent loss of assets. Let us make a comparison between risk analysis and business impact analysis. Risk analysis and assessment is a proactive process, while business impact analysis is a reactive process. Initial process that identifies critical processes, evaluates current standards and countermeasures, determines cost-effective mitigation of identified risks is risk analysis and assessment. While the business impact analysis, it quantifies risk to include exposure results such as financial loss, client goodwill, and public confidence, etc. Let us understand the meaning of terms those are repeatedly in use during the process of risk management. What is asset? Anything of value worth protecting or preserving. Threats: events or actions which always exist and can generate undesirable impact or loss of assets, can be either human or environmental. What are vulnerabilities? The windows of opportunity which allow threats to materialize, exposures, conditions of weakness. What is the meaning of countermeasures, safeguards, controls, devices, processes, actions, procedures that can reduce vulnerabilities, prevention, detection, correction, risk as discussed before, potential for a threat to exploit a vulnerability. Threat plus vulnerability is equal to risk. This is the shortest possible definition of risk. The basics of risk analysis are assets identification, threats identification, vulnerabilities identification, asset losses identification, and protective measure identification and proposal. There are two types of risk assessment, quantitative and qualitative. Let us find the difference. What is quantitative and what is qualitative? Quantitative is objective numeric values, while qualitative is descriptive immeasurable values. In quantitative, asset valuation, precise impact, frequency of threats, countermeasure, cost effectiveness, and use of complex calculations. Those are the probabilities. These all elements will be the part of quantitative risk assessment or analysis, while in qualitative, rough characteristics, no quantifiable data, yes slash no, low, medium, high, vital, critical, important, good or bad, and ranking based on judgment only. These are the elements, are the key points for a qualitative risk analysis or risk assessment. In reality, risk analysis involves both quantifiable measurements and judgments based on experience and knowledge. Now, let us understand what the types of threats are in a business. The main threats are human, intentional or unintentional, environmental, technological, from on or off-site event, environmental, natural, like earthquakes, etc. Dear friends and fellows, you are watching Safety First, and today's topic is risk management process. Now we are going to discuss the types of countermeasures. Number one, prevention. Number two, detection. And number three, correction. Now let us discuss the qualities of a risk analyst. A risk analyst needs to know current and historical internal environment. He must know current and historical external environment. He must understand dependencies and vulnerabilities. He must understand threat profiles. He must understand countermeasure choices and related costs. And he must be able to apply cost benefit analysis to risks and countermeasures. Now we will discuss the second component, that is safety and health program. In safety and health program, let us discuss human asset protection. To quantify, it involves gathering information from available sources, conducting baseline screening surveys to determine which jobs, areas, or processes need a closer analysis, performing risk analysis of the work areas or processes with identified risk factors. After implementing control measures, conducting periodic surveys and follow-up to evaluate changes. You have to understand the 8 steps. Those are related to human asset protection. Number one, management, sponsorship, and support. Number two, organize and define the scope. Number three, risk analysis. Number four, policies and procedures. Number five, workplace safety controls. Number six, accident reporting and investigation. Number seven, safety awareness training. And number eight, monitoring and follow up. There are principal questions, those need to be answered. Who, what, why, when, where, and how. Let us understand the use of these words one by one. Who? Who could be injured? Who controls that particular work environment? Who can render first aid or medical treatment? Let us understand the use of the second word, what. What is the past accident history of the area? What is the exact nature of previous injuries? What do the employees routinely do? What operations are performed? What hazardous or non-hazardous materials are in use? What safe work procedures have been provided? What personal protective equipment are used? What PPE is required? What elements can contribute to an accident? What machine guards are available but not used? What negative environmental conditions exist? What related safety procedures need revision? What shifts to the employee's work? What ergonomic factors are involved? Now, let us see where the word when will be used. When do accidents historically occur? When do employees start his or her shift? When was job specific training received? When or how often do supervisors visit the job or the site area or the workplace? Now we will understand how to use the word why. Why do the accidents occur? Why do employees do what they do? Why do co-workers do what they do? And why are the specific tools or equipment selected? The questions, those are related to where. Where do accidents occur? Where are employees positioned? Where is the supervisor station? And where is first aider station? The questions, those can be started with the word how. How do accidents occur? How many employees work in the specific areas? How do employees get injured? How can the injuries be avoided? How can witnesses help better? How can the company improve safety? These are the questions, those need to be known by the investigator, and it must be the part of risk management process as well. What's next? After risk analysis, instruct employee in proper behaviors, warn employee of potential hazards, supply appropriate safeguards, supply appropriate personal protective equipment, eliminate known unsafe conditions, repair or modify known unsafe conditions, and implement procedural changes. Dear friends and fellows, let us understand the hurdles, those blocks the road to safety. Number one, lack of sufficient budget. Number two, lack of written procedural guidance. Number three, lack of resources, management support, staff. Number four, lack of awareness. Number five, lack of tools. And number six, lack of training. These are the hurdles, are the burdens, are the blockage that always create problem. Those lead to an incident at a workplace or in a project. Now, let us discuss the third element of program components, that is business continuity program. And the business continuity program, a recovery is very, very important element. Business continuity program spells out what, who, how, and when for a quick and smooth restoration of critical operations after a catastrophic disruptive event, minimizes losses, and eventually returns to business as normal. The most important thing is the business continuity program can incorporate or reference other corporate plans required by outside regulatory agencies. To make a successful business continuity program, there are 12 steps. Number one, pre-planning, senior management commitment, support and policies. Number two, risk analysis. And number three, business impact analysis. And number four, identify resources and requirements needed. Number five, emergency response. Number six, coordination with public authorities. Number seven, public relations and crisis communications. Number eight, strategic alternatives. Number nine, plan development and implementation. Number 10, testing and exercises. Number 11, awareness. And number 12, maintenance. The goals of the business continuity programs are to identify weaknesses and implement a disaster prevention program, to minimize the duration of a serious disruption of business operations, and to facilitate effective coordination of recovery tasks and reduce the complexity of the recovery effort. Dear friends and fellows, business impact analysis is the foundation of business continuity program. Business impact analysis establishes the value of each major organizational function as it relates to the whole. It provides the basis for identifying the critical resources required to develop a business recovery strategy. It establishes priority for restoring the functions of the organization in the event of a disaster. There are six important steps those need to be known by everyone who is involved in business impact analysis. Number one, identify the critical business function. Number two, prioritize critical business function. Number three, identify dependencies and resources needed. Number four, identify points of failure for each function. Number five, estimate probable impact of loss for each point of failure. And number six, determine if a contingency plan is required. To gain the results of business impact analysis, staying current, list functions having a critical impact on the mission. Ensure a plan is developed for each critical function. Continue to test and evaluate plans at least once a year. Keep personal responsibilities current and test for readiness. Involve key personnel in operational planning. The last and the most important point is train, train, and train. You have to remember these golden words. Disasters are sometimes inevitable. Survival is not. And that's it. Training session related to risk management process is over now. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and share the video. Hope to see you soon with the new HSC tutorial. Till then, take care, good luck, and Allah Hafiz.